News View, here for you. Good evening and welcome to News View, your Champaign-Urbana public access newscast in Illinois. And tonight's top story is the losses for the U.S. Postal Service have doubled. According to CNN Money, the U.S. Postal Service has more than doubled its losses in the year 2010, despite its cutting billions of dollars in expenses and trimming its staff. The net loss totaled at $8.5 million, and the loss last year was $3.8 billion. The Postal Service blames deeper losses on the recession and the continuing growth of email use on computers and on the internet to the losses. And thank you for watching. And one way to reach me is to email me at newsview@email.com. You can also find Newsview on Facebook, Newsview, just look for Newsview there. And on Twitter, it's Tweet1211, and on YouTube, you can watch the show archived on YouTube at IOPH3. Just search that on YouTube and you should get the channel and the videos. And the next story is that people are resisting airports' full body scans. Have you heard about this? This is threatening holiday travel because people are refusing to be x-rayed full body now at the airports. So if you're going to fly on a plane, you can probably expect to be looked at. And one concern is radiation. We're not sure how much exactly is being used at this time in the airport scans. And another story, Apple is releasing iTunes 10.1 today. I think, yes, today. A new technology from AirTunes is AirPlay that comes with it, that allows you to stream music, videos, and photos from iOS devices or iTunes to another AirPlay-enabled device, if you have one. And it also supports syncing of an iPhone, iPod Touch, or iPad with iOS 4.2 that Apple expects to release soon. And you may already know that you can get this on Apple's website, and Apple is also releasing for next year, I think it's called iLife, which will be an upgrade of iMovie, iTunes, and some other programs for your Apple computer if you have one. And a similar story here. The original Apple computer is being auctioned and is expected to fetch between $161,000 and $242,400. It was first introduced in 1976. This is according to InformationWeek.com. And the Apple I, developed by Steve Jobs, which is like the one being auctioned, originally sold for $666.66. The winning bidder won't be able to do much with it, says the story, but it's a terrific conversation piece that was introduced July 1976 by Apple and was sold without casing, without power supply, keyboard, or monitor. The auction set for November 23rd at Christie's in London and is part of a broader event in which other computing artifacts will be offered. And here we go to the next story. In Miami, Florida, the first case of dengue fever or dengue fever has turned up in 50 years. This was confirmed Thursday by health officials, and they warned people to take precautions against the mosquitoes that carry it. They say they haven't had a locally acquired case of it since the 1950s, and symptoms are the symptoms aren't good, and they've had 4 non-fatal human cases reported in Hillsborough, Waukegan, and Leon counties in Florida. And the next story is, before we go to the next story, let's go to a break, and I'll see, stay tuned. Okay, and the next story here is a school in, I guess, California has made a boy take his American flag off his bicycle after having fellow classmates complain to the school teachers, I guess, or principal about this 13-year-old boy named Cody. He was riding his bicycle and he had an American flag on the back. And the school made him take it off. In other news, here's one more story. They are investigating, the University of Illinois Police in Champaign are investigating a dorm shower that had somebody attacked in. And they're trying to find out who attacked the freshman inside a dorm shower on Monday morning. Happened in Forbes Hall on the 4th floor. They had a lockdown through last night, but the alleged attacker is a black male over 40 years old, 5'10" and 175 pounds, with a medium to slim build and salt and pepper hair. He was wearing a weathered dark boot-type shoes and a gray non-puffy jacket. Anyone with information about this attack is asked to call police at 217-333-1216. If you have information about the suspect that I just described. And like I said before, you can email me at newsview@email.com with comments, questions, news stories, ideas, complaints, whatever. And there it is, newsview@email.com. And you can also call the station, I guess, if we still have. There it is. The number is 217. That's the area code. And that's 384-2452. So you can tell them what you think of Newsview here on UPTV, Channel 6 on Comcast, and 99 on AT&T's menu channel. And thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for weather and the rest here at Newsview. Good night and stay tuned. Hello and welcome to your Newsview weather forecast for the weekend of November 12th, 13th, and 14th. Tonight, low 53 degrees Fahrenheit and partly cloudy. Saturday, rain showers with a high of 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Then Saturday night, a low temperature of 40 degrees and cloudy. Sunday, a high temperature of 48 degrees Fahrenheit for Champaign-Urbana, the surrounding area, And Sunday night, 34 degrees Fahrenheit and mostly cloudy. This is your News View weather forecast for this weekend.